Joining me now is John Steinmetz. He's the president and CEO of Vista Bank. It's great to see you, John. Welcome.
Thank you, Kelly. It's an honor to be with you.
We last checked in during the pandemic, talking about a lot of those efforts to keep the country going. Quite a different landscape now as we head into 2025. And do you think the election's playing a role in that?
Absolutely. You know, I think that there's been a sense of renewed optimism within corporate America, not only in banking, but I think the economy as a whole. And I think we're seeing that in the markets. And I'm really excited about what is possibly going to be a spark of M&A as common sense regulatory policies begin to apply again.
You're Texas-based, is that right?
We are Dallas-based. Yep.
So there could be people have said one of the areas that's overdue for consolidation is the banking industry. But do you really think that this is now the time, the starting gun's going off, and we could see a lot of major changes?
Absolutely. You know, if you look at Texas in particular, there's 380 bank charters in Texas. As an example, there's just over 100 in California. There's about less than 100 in Florida. And I think that Texas is ripe for consolidation as you look at, policies that have been in place that kind of have kept consolidation from taking place, and with aging CEOs looking for an off-ramp.
That's interesting. The demographics would play into this. It almost sounds like a private equity pitch where
Yes.
they say, these CEOs of these businesses are going to exit, and then what's the plan afterwards? Do you plan to be a catalyst? I mean, you guys are privately held right now. Should we expect to see you active in some of this consolidation?
Absolutely. We believe Texas is going to get rolled up. We also serve Florida, and we think there's some tremendous opportunities there as well. We're looking at an IPO potential in the next, yes. And we think that that's going to be a tremendous opportunity. We also have some institutional investors that have put, 9 figures behind capital commitments. And so I think that there's going to be a tremendous opportunity going forward for not only Vista Bank, but community banks as a whole. And I would just say that, community banks serve those small businesses. And you oftentimes talk about new jobs and jobs reporting. Small businesses generate 2/3 of the new jobs that are being out there. So
Absolutely.
They play a huge role, and often, too big to fail. We need to be talking about too small to be successful, and that's what we're working towards.
And we've seen, obviously a huge share move towards the top banks in the country, which is interesting because they haven't even offered the best terms in the last few years in this era of high rates. A lot of people have just stuck with them. So there's a lot of changes that could kind of rebalancing potentially be going on. Little factors that are kind of important to you, but maybe wonky to everybody else. Things like the yield curve. I mean, is that going to support all of your goals here? You think that's going to kind of work itself out?
No question. We have been focused at Vista maintaining and creating shareholder value. And so, we've been compounding tangible book value at about 17.2%. And so as we look at M&A and we look at the yield curve and the things that are taking place in our market, we believe that there's going to be continued opportunities going forward, and we're looking forward to it.
And the big guys can't really get bigger. So it's going to have to come from the medium and in many ways the smallest banks in the country.
Absolutely. And think about this. There were 14,000 banks a little over 20 years ago. There's 4,000 today.
Really?
And I think that a lot of that has to do with, the fact that we're constantly pushing this too big to fail conversation, but we need to be discussing too small to be successful, because these organizations, these community banks, and I appreciate the opportunity to talk about community banks and regional banks and the impact that they play in our economy. It is really important that we have a strong, diverse economy, and I'm really excited about this administration coming in, recognizing the importance of small business.
Yeah.
Because that is the reason we don't have 5 banks like Canada and Europe, and we have a true strong, diverse economy. And
right,
so,
consolidate, but not to the extent that it's, there's just 4 or 5 players left standing.
Absolutely.
The IPO hint is interesting. We will be watching and listening, John, as the calendar turns. So please keep us posted on your plans there.
We will do it.
And thanks for giving us a front row seat into the changes that might be coming.
Absolutely.
John
Thank you.
Steinmetz is the CEO of Vista Bank.